Right. So, what are we doing? Oh my God! Look at this.
Yeah. Nice, right?
Yeah.
Not bad for a guy selling $99 watches.
Okay, hi guys, and welcome to the show. And as you can see, he's back.
Yay!
It's Marc from Long Island.
And in
Watch.
person.
And in person. No green screen is being used, I assure you.
It's a good point. That would be a good idea.
I know, yeah. We should kind of backtrack a little bit because it's been
Sure.
a year.
Over a year.
Over a year.
Yeah, it was March of 2020.
Oh my God.
It was like a week before the world ended.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember coming to you. I think I've told this story before. I remember coming to you. Took the train from Long Island to Penn Station.
Right.
And then I walked up to Amtrak. I was waiting for the Amtrak, and there was like a railing, and I was waiting. I had like 20 minutes to kill. I'm like, do I lean against the railing? Can I touch it? I'm not sure what to do because everything was starting to snowball, and then we met. Mm-hmm. I remember by the time the video came out, we had shaken hands.
Oh,
and
yes.
people poo-pooed it in the comments.
Right.
I said, "Oh, don't you know?"
I was scared to shake your hand even today. You know, I don't know what the etiquette is.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no. So hey, we're back, right?
That's crazy. That's great. And we're kind of doing it in a cyclical manner because last time you were here, you brought a small selection of your larger collection, right?
Oh yeah.
And you've since built some kind of. Explain it to me. And you have to take some footage. So
I will. I'm going to
to
try to because I'm going to do my own video on my channel of this thing that I built. So it's been on Instagram. You could check out my Instagram. It's there.
Right.
And I'll do a YouTube video on the whole thing. So I got sick of constantly. I guess it's not really a night table, but it's a dresser in the bedroom. Mm-hmm. It's a half moon thing with the TV on it, and there was always watches. 10 to 12 watches on top of it at all times. Usually the same 10 to 12, whatever was in the rotation.
Right.
But underneath that were like 7 or 8 watch boxes, each with its 10 or 12 slots, all filled. Right. And finally, beginning of this year, I got so fed up of looking at it. Like, my office or my desk is organized chaos.
Right.
But I like my life and everything else to be, nice and like you. I've seen you with your carrots when they line up on the plate. Right?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like body-centered cubic formations. Anyway, so we recently redid the bathroom in the house, and I had a cabinet maker, furniture maker. He made a custom vanity because the vanity was a really odd size. It was between 2 stock sizes. So this guy made it, and it was really reasonable. And so I had to reach out to him and say, hey, would you make me a watch chest? And he's like, yeah.
Is that the official name for something like this?
I don't know. You can't watch dresser? So what it is...
God, you need to market this.
No, I'm not selling this damn thing. My bedroom is full of furniture from Raymore and Flanigan, which is a furniture chain.
I seen their advert.
Yeah, and it's a certain distressed blonde wood look. And
Right.
I didn't want to just get a plain old dresser that would just kind of fit. So he's like, yeah, I'll match whatever you want. So sure enough, man, he built me, I think it's like 36 inches wide by about 2 feet deep. It's 5 drawers. So that's just regular furniture. It matches the furniture in my room. It's blonde distressed wood. And then there's a place that he goes to in Ohio, and they make the trays.
Right.
So each tray holds 44 watches. It's 11 slots wide by 4 slots deep. So it's 44 times 5. It's 220 watches it holds.
Oh, and is it full?
No. I kind of figured, I didn't know how many I had. I figured I had about 110
But now you got to fill it.
or so.
Now you got to.
Now I have life goals.
Yeah.
So there's 2 drawers full. And then there's like another, in the 3rd drawer, there's like 6 slots full.
Right.
There's a couple watches that are in like bad disrepair that haven't made it there yet, but that's about it. So the collection stands about 100.
Is each drawer a different theme, or is there an order?
So there should be, right? When I started, I did all the Islanders first, because I have a lot of Islanders. That's really the last few years. My collection has just been Islanders. I come in, I like one, I take it.
Right.
It was Islanders, and the next that was Seiko, and the next that was Orient. So 44 watches in one drawer. I actually didn't have enough space in one drawer. So some had to overflow, which I don't like. So I'm going to have to redo the whole thing. But that was how that went. And then the next drawer was all Rolex on the side. This was like the high value. This is high value real estate. I put this on Instagram because I know this is what people like to see and just be followers. How sad. It was the Rolex, followed by the Squale, followed by the Damasco, followed by the Marathon, followed by the Zin, you know, all those. And then there's a lot of brands who only have like one of, or maybe only one, and then some fodder, some fodder below it.
I've got to do something like this.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
It is amazing.
Yeah.
It has a granite top. It's like a real nice piece. My wife looked at it and she goes, "This is nicer than our bedroom furniture." I'm like, "Yeah, it is. It's really nice." So
nice. Since last year.
Yeah.
You have, how many watches do you think you've added to your collection?
10.
10.
10, maybe 12. Like I said, the Islanders, it's the big thing.
Oh, I haven't even done wristwatch check.
We're so excited.
You're the guest.
I'm the guest. Oh, okay. So I'm wearing on one wrist an Islander. This is a rhodium dial kind of. Wow. It's a cross between a Sarb and a date just. Is kind of what it is. It's Sarb sized, date just stylized on the dial in the hands, and then the matic on the white rubber.
That's gorgeous. That's your summer watch.
This watch, my goodness, this watch had to go for service because the crystal got like chipped or scratched or something. Okay. And I was without it. Luckily not during the summer, but for a period of like 2 or 3 months while I waited for the crystal to come in from Italy or Switzerland. Right. And I was lost without it. I love this thing.
It's funny because I'm wearing a Tudor. And
nice.
And I love the Jubilee on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
nice, right?
Very, very nice.
Thank you.
And how much are those going for?
$349.
$349.
Yeah, okay. Miyota 9015, 38 millimeter sapphire crystal, solid link,
pretty
solid
thin.
links. Yeah, it is. It's actually thinner than a Sarb.
Yeah.
People say I just copied the Sarb case. I didn't.
I
it's
see
actually
the Sarb,
thinner.
the stepped Sarb case.
Yeah, and the lugs and
stuff.
stuff.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Very cool.
I love it.
Yeah.
And you?
Tudor Day-Date, or Date-Day as they try and differentiate.
Yeah, right.
I love this watch. It's like a marriage of my Rolex Day-Date and my wife's Date Just.
Perfect.
So, you know, and it's a bit more durable. I can't wear a gold Day-Date all the time.
Yeah,
it's
I hear you.
You know,
believe me,
scared.
as we will see, I know what you're feeling.
Yeah.
So of the ones I picked up in the last, since we last talked, these are obviously the three. Well, one's not really that expensive, but the other two obviously are fairly pricey. Right. But I kind of did.
And are they all blue dials?
I guess This is dark. This is dark.
That's dark blue.
This is dark blue. Technically, I guess not really a Pogue, because the Pogue was the golden dial.
Right.
So we definitely did a video where either we talked about chronographs or Seiko, and
our favorite Seiko.
Yeah, I think you or I chose the Pogue. Definitely.
Yeah.
In case you don't know, the Pogue is a 1973, I think, 6139 with the golden dial that maybe it was a Commander Pogue supposedly took into space or orbit without authorization. Whatever the story may be, Seiko is actually re-releasing a golden dial Seiko 5, I believe, this year. A golden dial with the red and blue bezel, but just a straight, not a chrono.
No,
it's just a straight three-hand. Seiko 5. Anyway, so the 6139 is, I guess, their oldest chronograph movement. Must be. Automatic chronograph movement. Came in this dark blue. It came in the gold. I don't know if it came in any of the colors. Anyway, it is a 30-minute elapsed timer chronograph.
Very nice.
The internal bezel, maybe we'll get this on a close-up later.
Yeah.
The bezel rotates by turning the crown, the internal bezel. And then you have start-stop on the chrono, and then reset. Day-date, you change by pressing the crown in.
Right.
You press in a little bit, and just the date changes. You press in a lot, and the date changes.
It's very unusual.
It's so awesome.
Yeah.
So how did I get this? Thank you for asking. So I have customers all the time that email me, "Oh, do you buy watches?" I don't buy watches.
Right.
But this guy, I believe he watches your channel, so he's going to be thrilled to see it.
Okay.
I think his name is Joseph.
Right.
He just comes out one day and says, "Hey, I have a 6139. I saw you discussed it. Would you be please? Well, please, absolutely. Anything I have here. Would you be interested in taking it and seeing it? He's like, it's in disrepair. It needs work. It doesn't function, but I think it'll work. Very light, right?
Yeah, it is.
Right.
I for a second I thought it was titanium.
The bracelet's very tinny.
Yeah.
Very tinny, yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
So I said, sure, I'll take a look. He showed it to me. Believe it or not, he traded me an SKX for it. Yeah, this is when
What?
SKXs were very scarce,
Right.
or not available, and they said, fine.
So you traded. You didn't technically you didn't buy
I
it.
technically did a trade, but
Interesting.
with knowing that it needed a hell of a lot of service. The chronograph is kind of hokey sometimes, and I'll get to that. So I got it. I sent it out to a watchmaker, and man, he took 3 months with it. It works. The chronograph doesn't always reset to 0. I'm still working on that. I might send it back. I might not. I'm kind of like, I really like it. I don't really care. I'm not going to use the chronograph, but I'll see. It doesn't like cock itself with the start, stop, whatever. Don't worry about it. It's all good. And that is the story of how I got a 6139 finally.
Beautiful. It's
Yeah,
beautiful.
right?
Yeah. It's such a, oh God, like Seiko does this. It gives me the same feeling as the Willard a little bit. It's these unusual cases that Seiko does.
It's a weird looking case. It has some, it's round, but yet it's got flat sides to it.
Yeah.
The bracelet end links are so out there, and I dated it. I believe it's 1975.
Right.
So this quickly became the oldest watch in my collection. It's older than me.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, so the story behind this watch, and this is what drew me to it, because the story was so crazy. It couldn't have been made up, because a lot of these on eBay are like Franken pose and stuff.
I was gonna say it's a very tricky market to.
So he tells me the whole story where the original owner was a guy in the Iranian military, or an Iranian sailor, whatever it was, and he had got it on one of his various out-of-country deployments. So now he has it, and he has it for a bunch of years. It doesn't work. He finds himself in Groton, Connecticut, at an electric boat company, being cross-trained by the U.S. military.
Well, was this covertly? Or
No. The U.S. military trains people from other countries all the time.
Not a Bay of Pigs situation.
Oh, no. No. And then it turns out while he's here, he marries so that he can stay in the country.
Right.
Basically declares amnesty.
Right.
And stays here.
Interesting.
So fast forward a bunch of years later, he's working as an engineering tech with this guy, Joe, who's working towards his ME degree. And he shows him the watch, and Joe says, I'll buy it from you with the intention that one day I'll fix it. Well, that was many years ago. He never fixed it, and it's just been sitting in his drawer. So I said, that sounds, I love the story behind it. I love the watch. It definitely fills
I'm
the
not
niche.
surprised. It's
Right?
It's stunning. It's beautiful. I only noticed the second hand's orange.
Yeah, it is, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I never noticed that before. Yeah. I'm quite well versed on the the Pogue, the gold.
Right.
But I haven't actually seen one of these before, so it's really.
I desired for it to be gold. I willed it to be gold, but
blue
it's
is
blue,
so you.
and I'm okay with
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah. I definitely didn't settle. I will not go after a golden one now. I'm happy with what I got.
And does it keep time nicely?
You know what? It's been running for like 4 days, and I haven't set it once. And 11:05, it's on the nose.
So it is.
Yeah,
Wow.
it
That's
really
crazy.
is. It's holding time just like its spring drive friend right next to
Oh
it.
yeah, nice. Look at that.
Is that a segue?
Quality segue.
Quality segue, you like
Yeah,
that, right?
yeah.
So this one again, no stranger to my viewers. This is
Jesus.
They call
It
the
is a
Skyline.
beast, isn't it?
Yeah, but feel how heavy it is. Feel how light it is.
Oh,
Excuse
my
me.
God.
Yeah.
Oh, wow,
SNR040. Yeah, crazy, right?
It's almost the same.
Yeah. SNR049 or SRN049. I always get the numbers confused.
Oh my God! Look at that dial.
Yeah.
Is it
Yes.
darker towards the top?
Yes, it sure is. It's meant to look like Earth from outer space.
Ah, I see.
Okay, so you're looking at the big blue marble, and then space is beyond it.
You know, the case is a little bit like a Marine Master 300.
Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, it's got the facets of it.
Yeah.
Bigger.
But
But
yeah.
it's got the fast 45, I think.
God, they love these extreme beveling on the.
Yeah. Oh my God, and the
It's-
hands are gorgeous too. The
yeah.
Zaratsu and the polishing. And
Do they do it on the hands as well?
I don't think it's technically Zaratsu, but on the case they do. And
Right.
The hands are more of like a stamped.
My
but I
God,
love
look
the
at
way they
the
did hands.
the top of the GMT.
Yeah.
Is like a silver. It's like a.
Yeah, it's actually so it's a sapphire insert and it's loomed from underneath. So this came out. Please, feel free. This came out end of 2020, I see this.
Actually, it's not that big.
It's not at all. It wears very comfortable. I got to admit, it wears very, and the weight.
Yeah, it's because it's the way. If this was
Forget
steel,
about it.
if this was steel, it would be.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it came out the end. I'm not sure if somebody showed it to me or if I found it somewhere. And you ever look at something and say, that will be mine?
Yeah.
I was like, wow, I've never really lusted after something like that. I was like, wow, I love the way it looks. I love that it's a limited edition. I think they made 4,000
right.
pieces,
Okay.
I think. I think
Right.
it's 4,000, which, I mean, for a watch that pricey, it's kind of silly that it's
No,
4,000.
wait, 400.
Oh, was it 400?
400.
Oh, okay, so never mind.
That's very.
We're back in the game then.
Wow.
So it's my first spring drive. It's my only spring drive. It's a GMT, true GMT. So it's a real traveler's GMT. You adjust the time by setting the GMT hand. The GMT hand is set by pulling out the crown 2 clicks and turning.
Right.
Would you like to see?
Yes. Yes, show me,
Okay,
please.
so you can actually set the blue GMT hand to real GMT. So if you're a pilot, you can set it there and you'll never have to move it again.
Right.
Because pilots always go by Zulu time, right?
Right.
So to set the GMT hand, pull it out 2 clicks, and as I turn it, the blue hand turns, right? Like normal. Revolves, blue hand revolves once a day, okay? Now when you want, so this would be GMT. Now when you want to set your local time, shown by the 2 arrows on the 12-hour scale, you just pull the crown out 1 click. And this will go backwards, and this will go forwards. And you see the date? If you go backwards across the date line, you can go back a day and forwards around. And this is actually how you set the date of the watch, too. Pretty nifty.
Oh,
Date goes
wow.
backwards and forwards.
Wow.
So cool.
That is very nifty. That
Very
is
nifty.
Clever.
So spring drive, power reserve 72. Power reserve is 72 hours. Power reserve meter.
Yeah, are you listening, Rolex?
Yeah. So I wanted one, and I obviously, as I've said on my channel before, I can't always get a lot of Seikos I'm not permitted to sell from Seiko USA. So this was called in as a favor for me, and I said I really want one.
Is this the first time they did spring drive in a
I
non-brand
don't
Seiko?
think so.
Right.
I've been asked that before. I don't think so, but they've done a couple of LE, limited edition spring drives in the Prospex branding.
It feels like a real,
Yeah.
real.
It feels like real automatic.
Yeah.
And doesn't have the look of titanium either. It's polished, it's brushed,
Yeah.
doesn't have that dark gray appearance. I mean, you hold it next to a stainless steel watch, it's just a little bit darker.
Yeah.
Not that much.
The high polish, you can't tell.
They do an excellent job. It's a true bidirectional bezel because it's
I didn't
GMT.
even- I
Yeah, it's a
didn't-
friction bezel. And just so you know, it's real Seiko. I'll say it. The chapter ring at 6 is misaligned. Okay? You can get that in your macro shot.
Nice.
And you know what? You know how much it bothers me? Goose egg. Doesn't bother me at all. Don't
Nice.
care. But yeah, sure.
Very
When I
nice.
opened it that's the first thing I looked at. As a
Wow.
Seiko vendor, I was like, let me see how the chapter ring is all misaligned at 6.
you know what's interesting? I was thinking about this the other day because people endlessly complain about Seiko, their quality has dropped and blah 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 and all this stuff. I'm not trying to shift the blame, but if you buy a Seiko from somebody that doesn't care and it's just, like if I bought something from you, I know first of all that you're going to check it.
Yep.
That you're very meticulous, and second of all, if there is an issue, you're going to do something about it.
I always take care of it.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the grey market.
Okay.
I never have been because
Sure.
I've had very bad experiences.
Sure.
Even if 1% of people watching this have the same experience, I don't want them to have that
Right, of
experience,
course.
right? So I'm not. I guess I'm anti-grey market.
Yeah.
But like, if you go and buy a watch from the grey market, it's misaligned, and they don't do anything about it, or they hit you with a restocking fee, or they're terrible, or
Yep.
they're blah blah blah. That's kind of a little bit on you as well. You got to buy the seller.
Buy the seller. I always say buy the seller.
Yeah.
I read these stories online about, I bought, this from XYZ vendor. I got it. It was misaligned. They're charging me to ship it back. They're charging me for this. They're charging me for that. I'm like, well, you can't really. That's not the way it works. You got to take care of your customers because all customers talk. Everyone talks.
Yeah,
no, definitely.
Sorry, rant over.
That's okay. Don't worry.
Okay, so the last of the
So
blue
from light
trilogy.
to heavy.
Oh my God, this is
Well,
going
this
to weigh
is
a
not.
ton, right?
So you just said blue trilogy. So it'll segue
Ooh.
into the one I'm after. Because I want another one. I want a different one.
What's
I
wrong
have,
with this?
So no. Okay, so
My God,
yeah.
it compared.
Well,
to-
you had a platinum.
I borrowed the platinum Day-Date for a week, and I wore it pretty much almost every day. And at the beginning, I was like, "Oh God, this is kind of annoying," because it was on the president,
Yep.
you know, so solid. But by the end of it, I was like, "It reminds me it's there."
Yes.
And it's like it gives you this
Saying
sturdy.
hello. I'm still here.
Yeah,
I'm still
here,
strapped
yeah.
to your wrist.
Yeah.
You're still worth a lot of money.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yes, your arm is worth more than you now.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay, so we're getting into this is the 116509. So so it's funny. Everyone says, "Oh, that Rolex is that," but I don't know reference numbers. I only know the ones that I'm after. So I know this is a 116509. So we actually talked about this when I was here back in March, I want to say. I wanted the blue dial Daytona, and
Perfect circle now.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wanted the blue dial Daytona, and it only comes in the white gold. Last Memorial Day or so, one just happened to come across. It was on, they're not. People call these sellers of Rolex gray market. They're not. They're reselling used watches, even if the watch is still bought new. It's a resell. And that's my own. That's my own mini rant. So from a used Rolex seller
Right.
in Florida, I picked it up. I came on. I was like, "Oh, that's exactly what I want," and I got it. So this, what did they say about it? It's the Daytona. It's the white gold with the alternating polished and the brushed. Beautiful blue dial, red accents. Do I wear it all the time? Not really, but I wear it. I try to make sure I wear it. I love it. I love the blue, and knowing Rolex, you can only certain dials go with certain precious, in this case, certain precious metals.
The
Yeah,
red is so subtle.
Yeah, it weighs a brick.
It does. It really does.
They're screw down pushers.
Interesting.
You can unscrew them. Feel free.
Very nice.
Hopefully it works.
Nice.
Yeah, it works.
Nice. I did review a Daytona, and of course, I do the history, I do the specifications, and thinking about it, I can't remember a damn thing.
Can't remember anything about it.
No. All I remember is how to spot the older Zenith ones.
Oh, with the markers.
So I presume this is the latest.
Yeah, it was 2000. I want to say it's 2019. I think. Yeah, it's new. It was 1 year old when I got it. It's amazing how much information they fit into a 40 millimeter case.
I think this is the heaviest 40mm watch I've ever felt, because it's not only heavy because of its material, but it's a complex movement.
It's dense. It's bulky.
Yeah. God, yeah, that would do me okay.
That works okay for you?
Right, can I swap? Would you,
Sure.
Would you take an SKX for this?
It's a good question.
My God, that really is. I think that's the heaviest watch I've ever worn.
Yeah. Like you said, the movement's very heavy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. It's funny. You started by saying that this completes the trio or whatever.
Right.
So for me, the trio is I have the Yachtmaster with the blue dial. Okay. I have now the Daytona with the blue dial. I actually am now lusting after one day
Day-Date.
platinum with the ice blue dial and the baguette diamonds
Baguette diamond. On the dial.
on the 1 to 12, not the whole dial, on the 1 to 12.
Ah, okay.
They make the quadrant motif dial, which I like,
Kind of.
but I like
Forgive me for saying, but that's kind of quite flamboyant for you.
ostentatious.
A little bit of.
You know what it is? I just want the blue. That's all I want.
You just want the blue.
And just because, and for me, it kind of all fits in a nice, neat box. Stainless steel with blue, nice. White gold with the blue, nice.
Yeah.
And then the platinum with the blue, nice. And then that completes what I'm looking for in my trio.
Right.
The problem is that, as you know and your viewers know, the price of these things on the aftermarket is just skyrocketing.
Yeah.
I mean, for what I paid for this over a year ago, you could barely get a stainless steel one now. I mean, that's insanity. Insanity. So, we'll see.
What do you think is, is it market manipulation, or is it genuinely like...
I think it's just the natural mechanics and economics of this large-scale system of buying and selling. That's it. People drive up the price just goes up.
Right.
I just think that's it. And I like to think it all started with the Newman Daytona. It's kind of like, to me, that was like all of a sudden, once the Newman Daytona went for whatever, went $17 million or something,
yeah.
it's like all of a sudden every Daytona was in hot demand.
Yeah.
The stainless.
It's funny because I do remember now when it initially launched, the Daytona wasn't even called the Daytona. It was the chronographs historically from Rolex never did well.
Right. And now
It's crazy.
And now just because some race car driver wore one,
Yeah.
and made a salad dressing, it's skyrocketing into infinity.
I need to start my own salad dressing company.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but they donate all the proceeds to charity.
He does. Actually, I
Yeah.
have to say I'm a big fan of his popcorn.
Oh, was it good?
Yeah, it is very good.
I never had it.
Yeah.
The dressing is good.
Yeah. Salad,
Food
popcorn.
talk.
Yeah, food chat with Marc. So,
Yeah.
criticisms. Obviously, QC issues with the Seiko.
Sure.
I mean, we can't really criticize the vintage there. 'Cause
No, it's fine. I'll get it in working condition. Actually, when I sent it into them, I said I just want it working.
Yeah.
Don't polish the crystal. Don't polish the bracelet. Don't touch the case. I like it. It looks old. It looks like it's a 45-year-old watch. Like
Yeah.
It has a story to tell. Just get it working.
When watches and people, for that matter, or actually anything gets to a certain age, you just have to respect it for what it is. You can't,
Exactly.
You know, you can't criticize it for not being the highest modern
No, I
standard.
don't want it looking new.
Yeah,
I want it. Like I said,
Good.
it looks like it tells a story.
Oh,
And that to
and it
me
does.
is really cool.
It's got a very cool story.
Yeah.
So, okay, so let's talk about the Daytona bit. What don't you like about it?
White gold scratches very easily, as I'm learning. So I actually have a piece of plastic, as you may have seen,
Right, on the back.
just on the clasp. Only because when I put it down and stuff, it scratches a lot. My Yachtmaster, I don't really care so much about. The polished center of the clasp is actually at this point brushed. It's been beat. I wear it so much. But this, for a watch I don't wear much, I really don't want it to take on too many scratches. But again, that's not really Rolex's fault. That's it's just an aspect of the material. There's really nothing I can find fault with this watch. I think it's the way they portray the chronograph in such a small real estate is amazing.
The subdials, I've never really noticed before, but the subdials, their proportion compared to the rest of they're quite big.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, that's also one of the things about finding a fake Rolex. Usually, the movements that they use, they can't get the subdials as
Right.
close together as Rolex has done it to squeeze it in this case.
Nice.
Usually, the subdials are pushed a little bit further out.
I love those sandwich hands.
Nice, right?
I keep thinking there's no
Crystal.
crystal.
So
on
we
this
should.
one.
We didn't. So thank you for bringing that up. Is that ridiculous?
No, it's not. I'm looking at
Is that ridiculous? It's
No.
ridiculous. So look at that.
Yeah, I keep
This is,
thinking, has it fallen off?
No, it's Seiko's like super duper AR. There's very
Right.
few brands that do AR. Like Damasco does it like this.
Because compared to the Daytona, I mean,
Yeah,
this is very.
This is a glare fest.
Yeah, glare
And this
fest,
thing,
yeah.
when you video it, like you said, right now, it looks like there's absolutely no crystal.
Yeah, I do love that second hand though. It's very simple, but it matches the other hands,
Yep.
and it tapers ever so slightly. Really comes to a point.
And it's just going around nice and smooth.
Yeah, God.
Doing its thing. Spring drive.
I have to say, I'm more impressed by this.
Oh well, technologically,
Yeah.
yeah, I am too. This
Yeah.
is just precious metal,
Yeah, this is
for the most part.
right. Is it true about white gold that it loses its color over
They
time?
say you have to sometimes rhodium plate it again or something. I'm not worried about that right now.
No.
Yeah, I'll see what happens. Yeah, usually white gold is like rhodium plated to kind of bring out its sheen a little bit more.
Right.
Doesn't really
And I'm
affect
sure Rolex is famous for their, I was going to say manipulation, metallurgy.
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 Yeah, they smelt their own gold.
Right. That's
Not-
right. No.
Smelt meaning they melt their own
Yeah,
gold.
right.
Yeah, they use 904 stainless, but in their stainless models. But for gold and stuff, they're actually a foundry and they smelt their own gold. This is done to their composition.
Right.
Which to me, that's just part of the whole package of amazingness to be so vertically integrated.
Yeah.
That you can do all that. So that's why I'm impressed.
Absolutely. Wow.
But yeah, the movement in the spring drive.
If you had to pick one, which would you choose?
Oh my goodness. I have to get rid of 2 of them?
Yeah. Can only keep one.
Yeah, I would say I'm probably going to keep the spring drive because I love technology.
I thought so. It's very you.
Yeah.
It's your color. It's cutting edge technology with your engineering background. It's you. Yeah.
Like I said, the tech in it is. I've done videos on spring drive. It's amazing how it works. Just so cool.
And yet, it also kind of feels like a diver because of that case.
Oh yeah. Well, it's part of Prospex. So Prospex being professional specifications, generally they're meant to be dive watches, but it's not. It's 100 meter. 100 meter, right? Yeah, 10 bar, 100 meter, but it is a screw down crown.
I just got to do something very quickly.
Okay. Apparently you watch my videos.
Interesting. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is, yeah.
It really works.
Yeah.
It really works.
If you're thinking we're absolutely nuts, completely crazy, have a look. It'll be between us because it's
amazing that's my most popular video ever so far. I can't believe it.
You got the whole watch community going like this.
Yeah, exactly. I'm surprised I'm not a meme yet. I'm sure I will be soon if maybe I am.
Let's meme Marc, please. Can we meme Marc? Wow. Well, thank you so much for sharing this. Fantastic. I don't know what else to say. I'm just amazing watch.
Don't expect me to come back in a year with 3 more like this.
No.
Because that ain't going to happen.
I totally expect it. Totally. I want to see that Day-Date. Is it just the 36mm size? Or
No, 40s.
Which would you...
I want the 40.
40, really?
40 smooth bezel. Yeah.
Interesting. I would have thought you'd have gone for the 36. Okay.
Yeah, I like the 40.
Nice.
I just think the other one's just too small. Because I like the size of this. I think it's a nice size.
Yeah, cool. Right, the aircon's coming on, so I think
goodness.
I think that's the time to cut it right there. Thank you so much for watching, and of course, thank you to Marc for sponsoring the production of this video. Very important indeed, guys. Don't forget to like this video if you want to see more like this. Oh, and don't forget to check Marc out. I'll leave a link down below.
On my channel.
Yes, yeah.
Don't check Marc out.
Yeah.
I mean, you can if you want. I guess don't care.
Yeah. Marc's details and everything will be in the description. So thank you very much for that. Thank you very, very much, and we will catch you in the next one. Ciao.
Thank you.